Hey you guys, I know you can't hardly see me. I thought I would jump on here and make a little bit different of a video. Some of you know that I'm into doing astrophotography kind of as a hobby. I've been doing it for about 4 years now, and I have not made one image this year, so I thought I might bring you along and kind of show you what all's involved. I've got most of the stuff is set up, most of it's lined up, but I've got my laptop out here. It's connected remote wireless to my desktop computer in the house, and right now I'm just trying to get this thing centered up on target where I need to get it. According to this, it says I'm within 24 pixels of center of my target. So I'm going to be imaging a nebula tonight, the Wizard Nebula to be exact. So I've got this part right here is it's lined up. So I need to jump over here to PhD guiding, and I need to get this thing to start tracking. So it's going to go through a little bit of it's looping images right now. It constantly takes pictures of the stars and runs it to the laptop, and what this thing will do is it'll maintain those stars in frame up to X amount of pixels. Sometimes you got an error on it and you got to readjust this and adjust that, but there is a lot, a whole lot to this. It's took me quite a while to learn how to do all this stuff, but that's part of it, I guess. You still constantly learning things. So the program has selected that particular star in the sky. Let me see if I can get you pointed at the thing. So the telescope and mount is slewing west by X degrees, and it's going to move that star around until it gets it in the right location it wants it, and then it's going to swap different directions. It's going to go back east. It's wild. It's a lot of stuff to do with this, but I kind of just wanted to get on here and just do something a little different. After all this is said and done, I'm probably going to be shooting images of this nebula for the next at least 3 hours or so, and then I'll put that stuff on my computer and I will drag it into Photoshop, and I will stack all these images on top of one another, and that's what will form a detailed image. So I'll show you guys what that final product is. Here is what one 4-minute image looks like. Alright guys, so I'm sitting here at my computer in the house. I've got a program called the Astro Pixel Processor fired up, and this is what I use to stack all of my pictures to a single image. So I'm pretty much I've already got all the files are loaded, and I've run the calibration on them, and now it will do a star analysis. And what this does is it layers all the pictures on top of one another, and it will slightly tweak the picture to the left or the right or up and down to be sure everything is sitting where it needs to sit. So that's what's going on with this right now. So once I ended up getting 60 4-minute long exposures last night. So got that took care of, and then I took some calibration frames. So you'll take what they call flats, and you pretty much put a light source over the lens, and you'll take the fastest shutter speed of a picture that you can. And those frames are used to help get rid of any kind of little dust particles. It'll calibrate all that stuff into the picture and remove any little speck of dust or anything like that. So that is where we are sitting with that. Alright, so most of that stuff looks good. If I have anything in the red, that's usually an indication that I've probably had some tracking errors, and I've got like a star trailing somewhere, something like that. So all that looks good, and we'll start the registration. Okay, star shape. I got a lot of red in that, but that's not too big of a deal. So moving right along. So once I get this stuff stacked, whenever I reveal the final picture, I'll show you what that looks like, and then that'll be the last step that I need to take until I take it into Photoshop for final process. Okay, so right now we're getting all these frames integrated. It's working through all the process it's got to do to get these frames stacked on top of one another. It's taken a little while. I've been sitting here about 10 minutes. So as soon as all this integration stuff is done, we'll be able to see a final single image from all the hours of photography last night and all the steps I had to take to produce this one single image. So this was the single image. This is the Wizard Nebula in the constellation of Cepheus. So let's see what it looks like after we add another 59 4-minute long exposures to this.